Hello and welcome back to Project 380. Today we've got Skippy, my girlfriend's British Racing Green Mark 1 in the garage, which as you can see we're currently rebuilding, and she's quite worried about the paint. She doesn't think it's going to look good at all. So I'm going to give her a little surprise and I'm just going to polish up this door just to see what the paint will look like once it's all polished. I've got a feeling this paint is actually going to clean up pretty good. She's at work today and I'm definitely meant to be welding up the car, but I thought this would be a nice surprise for her. Now this isn't going to be a how-to video, this is just going to be a video of how I do it, so we'll see what happens. A quick look at the door before I start. As you can see, it's pretty faded up here. It gets a bit better lower down, but this is just where the sun's been beating on it, and if you can hear it, it feels pretty rough. Something that is going to help me polish this door up is the wing mirror is already removed. That was already broken and I'm quite lucky these two screws undone, but that's out the way. Time to get cleaning. So ideally before you polish any of the panels, you would want to give the car a really deep clean, jet wash it all off, some good shampoo and dry it all, but with no wheels or suspension, this is staying up on axle stands. In other words, I'm going to make a huge mess and strictly not doing it properly. So what I'm going to do first is take a bit of soapy water and a rag and give it a good wipe down. Now obviously if the car was outside this would be getting a proper non-contact wash first, but this car has actually been stood for 15 years, so I don't think a little bit of soapy water and a rag's going to hurt it. I know there's still lots of contaminants in the paint, I can hear it and still feel it. And to remove them, I'm going to use a clay bar and I'm going to use Quick Detailer as lubricant. I'm not sure if you can see this, but the clay bar has picked up some contaminant already. So what I'm going to do now is fold that clay bar a few times, re-flatten it out, lube it up and carry on. The most important thing to do when clay barring your panels is to make sure it stays wet. If not, the clay bar will stick and you'll have a horrible time. So just doing that top bit, it already feels better. It doesn't look it, but it is actually a lot smoother because my fingers aren't getting caught on the contaminants in the paint. Just the rest of the door to do. So after cleaning it and clay barring it, it is a lot better. Still very scratched and still very faded, but I've got concerns. Right up here near the weather stripping, I think that's a little bit of lacquer peel, but being a 90, I'm pretty sure this shouldn't have lacquer on it. And round where the wing mirror used to be, there is a little edge, and there's fish eyes in the paint. So I'm led to believe this door has actually been repainted before, but I think only from the swage line up, as I can see a faint lacquer mark in the swage line. So something's happened here before. I'm just going to have to be very mindful when I'm polishing it. So now usually after a clay bar, you would then wash the car again, make sure there's no contaminants on top of the paint, dry it and then get it ready for polishing. But because I haven't got the luxury of cleaning it as it's on axle stands, I'm going to move straight on to polishing. When you're polishing, you need to be mindful of a few things. In my case, it's the door handle, the weather strip, the wing mirror if it was on, and the sill, because the sill on this is black and the weather stripping's black and around the door handle is black. I really want to tape them off. One, so it doesn't get damaged by the polisher, and two, the polish really likes to turn all these black parts white. And to protect those, I'm going to use a bit of low-tack 3M tape. So that's all safely taped off now. This is where the fun begins. Now this panel is pretty bad, but that may be because it's been resprayed before. I'm going to go straight in, hit it with a rotary polisher and some G3 compound. A professional recently taught me to apply the compound to the panel and not the pad, as it clogs the pad up less if you put it on the panel first. So I'm going to give that a try. Now I should have put some gloves on. It would help if I turned the power on. So I've changed microphones now. You'll see why in a second, so sorry if I'm a little bit muffled. But that is just one pass with a rotary polisher. So we're starting to get a little bit of reflection back compared to what it was. It is starting to come up alright, but as you can see, in some lights it's fine. But if you look in other lights, you can really see the imperfections. You can see a lot of scratches, a lot of spider webs. I'm hoping with a bit more work that will clear up. Hopefully the microphone will pick this up, but this is after one pass with the rotary versus a not polished panel. If you are using a rotary yourself, just keep an eye on the panel, make sure it's not getting too hot, and make sure there's constantly polish or compound on the pad or the panel. So I'm going to pop the camera down now and finish one pass off on the whole panel with the rotary and see what it looks like. I actually ended up doing 2 passes on the door with the rotary. The second pass a bit quicker, and as you can see, it's looking a lot better. Still some imperfections, and I accidentally ripped the tape off the door handle, and that yeeted its way over the garage, and that scared me a little bit. I think I'm actually going to have to bring my mini polisher home to do round the door handle properly, as I've still got a little bit there, but don't want to do anything too risky. So still some imperfections, especially around this wing mirror where I think it has been repaired before. There are actually some really deep scratches. I think they're actually underneath the paint where someone's resprayed it before. So I don't think there's anything I'm going to be able to do with those. It is worse at the front of the door, if this will focus. But hopefully with a machine polisher, that'll fill in some of the micro scratches and give this a nice shine. So that's enough for the rotary. Onto the DA machine polisher. That's all polished up now. Most of the micro scratches are gone. There's obviously still a few scratches around the wing mirror and at the front of the door, just where it was repaired badly. But for a quick clay bar, rotary cut and machine polish, that's really not too bad. Compared to the dull, faded, scratched up and mismatched door it was before, this is quite the improvement. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely not perfect, and I could spend a lot longer on it, glazing it and waxing it, but I'm going to do this more when the car is outside of the garage, as I'm going to have to detail the whole car anyway, and I am going to have to improve it a bit more, as both the front wings are now getting painted, so they're going to look brand new compared to these doors. But I'm pretty happy with that, and I know she's going to be happy. So just a quick paint correction on the door of her Mark 1. This definitely isn't a tutorial. If you are doing this yourself, take your time. Make sure you don't get it too hot, and good luck. So hopefully my girlfriend is impressed by this door. If I get a reaction from her, I'll post it at the end of this video. But that's all for now. As per usual, don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. You could come in.
I don't want to. What am I about to get eaten by? Did you do my doors?
Well, door, you've only got one.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh, Skippy's gonna look so good.
What do you think?
I like it.
Good. Just the whole rest of the car to go.
It won't take you long. You did this in secret in like a day, it's fine. Can I touch it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, no feel it compared to
Oh no, that's
Right
gonna
over here.
cringe. Ooh.
Loads better, innit?
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
It's okay.